Here are 10 essentials that you need before your next international trip. Let's go. So I've been fortunate to both travel and live abroad on a number of occasions. I'm a big proponent of international travel and exploring places, especially those that are different from where you grew up. And I think that all of these items will be useful when you take that leap of faith and go. So let's dive in right now. Passport. Simply because you cannot go anywhere out of the country without a passport. Keep in mind, it does take a little bit of time to get a passport before you go, so factor that in. I think mine took about a month when I initially got it back in 2020, crazy enough. This is something you pretty much want on you at all times. You never know when there's going to be some sort of situation that arises where you need it, or you need to identify yourself as a US citizen. It is always good to have with you, but you do not want to lose this. That being said, I carry my passport in sort of a purse-looking passport holder like this. Lots of zippers and compartments for other things, maybe a wallet if you like. This is cool because RFID protected. Great. Sure, great. This is sick, just slip it right in, zip it up. You can expose this. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard for anybody to try and pickpocket with a bunch of zippers, but genuinely, I just wear it under my clothes. It's super thin, super light, fits great, blends in. Passport and passport holder, you gotta get them. Portable charger. It goes without saying that you're going to need to bring your phone and pretty much have that on you at all times. But what happens when your phone runs out of battery? This is where this guy comes in handy. I've got a wireless one. I actually got it in Japan, but it works great. Chargers with USB-C, pretty much any wireless charger or just portable charger in general that you can hook up your phone to, because you never know when you're going to need it, and inevitably technology does fail us when we need it most. So when your phone dies and you're like, well, fortunately, you have a portable charger on you, you're going to be set. And of course, make sure to charge the portable charger before you get on that plane. Adapter. These are going to be nice when you're going places that don't have the same plugs as the US. And nothing is more inconvenient than when you have all your chargers, but they don't fit any of the outlets. This is the one that they use in Europe. You can get these super cheap on Amazon. Pretty much any plug you've got, hook it up, and you're good to go. I would certainly research what sort of outlets the country that you're going to is going to have. For example, this one, Type-C, is what you see in Europe. Whereas if you're going to Japan, they actually use the same two-prong as the US. Now, what happens if you go to a country and you didn't have that one? Well, to me, there's an easy solution. Just get an all-inclusive, all-covered adapter like this. This way, you'll have USB ports, you'll have outlets for any outlet, and you can adjust it as necessary. There's a little switch. You can get the two-prong like the US and Japan. You can get the alternate three-prong. I know they use this in Oman. And finally, we've got the sort of circle prongs that they use in Europe. I apologize, I don't know the exact type names, but this one is nice. Again, pretty easy to find. I remember when I was living in Japan, I took a weekend trip to Seoul, South Korea, and I didn't know that they used the Type-C plugs, the one that they use in Europe. However, I brought this with me just in case. Also, I had some three prongs from the US that I couldn't use in Japan, so I brought this anyways. But this was clutch because I was able to charge everything that I needed when I was in Seoul. So, adapter, super necessary. This actually isn't even travel related, what I have in here. However, you're going to want to bring a folder or something. I actually really like this chest pack, super nice. And you're going to want one of these to carry any sort of documents you have. And to be clear, I recommend both digital copies and printouts. Again, like I said before, technology tends to fail us when we need it most. So if you're about to board the plane and you didn't download your ticket, or better yet, you did download your ticket and your phone is dead, well, it's nice to have that printed copy just in case. Plane tickets, park tickets, event tickets. It's best to just have multiple copies, be it a digital copy and a printout, or multiple of both, because the thing about international travel is you never know what's going to happen. I think it's Murphy's Law, where if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And this is not to daunt you from going on your first trip, let me be clear, but it's just better to be prepared in these situations. More often than not, someone is going to be able to help you along the way, especially in airports and at museums and hotels. But it's just nice to have these things in general. Now, the chest pack has actually been a huge addition to my travel experience, but I'm not going to go super in depth in this because I'm going to make a video about all the things that I keep in my chest pack. It's small enough to carry around with you. It's big enough to carry a couple bigger things. So be sure to subscribe to the channel because this video is going to be coming soon. Credit and debit cards are going to be essential. And it's essential to get ones that have no foreign transaction fees. I would say to prioritize getting credit cards rather than debit cards without foreign transaction fees, because if something were to happen, like you got overcharged for something or somebody got a hold of your card and was up to no good, then the credit card company is more than likely going to reimburse you. You can put a hold on the card, freeze it, and if there was a malignant purchase there, you can get it taken care of. The card company is going to take care of it. So only use debit cards when you absolutely have to. The world is becoming more and more card dependent. Cards are being accepted more and more places, so get with the program, Japan. I'm just kidding. But also, you may need to get cash in places like Japan, where there are more often than not going to be a lot of cash-only places still. I don't really recommend specific cards. I just try and find good ones that work for me. But I will say, and they're not sponsoring this video at all, though I would totally be into partnering with them. Capital One makes a lot of great no foreign transaction fee cards. I know in college, I started out with a Journey student card, and they actually just upgraded that to a Quicksilver card, which is nice. No foreign transaction fees, no yearly fee. Capital One also has a 360 checking account where you get a debit card that's a MasterCard, and that also doesn't have any foreign transaction fees. There might be some sign-up bonus offers. I know I took advantage of one, so definitely give those a look. I have an American Express that doesn't have international transaction fees, which is nice. And in terms of a debit card, an ATM card, I just got a Schwab Bank Platinum Visa, and this is cool because there are no ATM fees. You get reimbursed on every ATM fee around the world. Well, okay, maybe not everyone. I'm under the impression that it's everyone. Now, you will have to still pay foreign currency exchange fees, but to not have to pay that ATM fee is super nice. So see what you can do and snag a card with no foreign transaction fees. Chapstick, lip balm, Aquaphor. I debated putting a lot of different personal care products, body wash, moisturizer, all of that, and I still do think that you should bring at least the travel size of your favorite products. But when it comes to essentials, I really think that this stuff is great. Any lip balm, chapstick with SPF is nice to have, especially if you're going to be walking around a lot during the day. Nice to protect the lips. Lips are your thinnest skin. They need special attention. But also at night before you go to bed, just so you don't dry out. Aquaphor is nice. I've been using it for a while. I'll use it on my lips, but I'll actually use it in my nose, actually, because a lot of hotels are dry. The dry air, I've actually been known to get bloody noses, and this is just a great thing to have with you, just so that you don't dry out, maybe avoid some bloody noses, keep you going strong for the rest of the journey. This is a big one for me. I really like Journaling. I've been journaling for over 5 years now. I'm rocking with this journal right now, just from Amazon. You can go all out, get the Moleskine. I've used those, I like them. But this does the job. Any journal does the job. Maybe you want to write a lesson from the day. Maybe you want to write just a recap of what happened. Maybe you want to do a little journaling before you do something, just to capture how you were feeling in that moment. It really is fun to look back at the things you've written about. I've had some very fun moments that just make me smile in a good way because I'm thinking about how much fun I had at a certain time. But I also smile reading some of these because they were brutal. And fortunately, I can laugh about them now. But don't go to the mountains of Oman in the middle of the winter and spend the night up there. Just don't do it. Please don't do it. Yeah, hat, probably the most essential clothing item. Again, just bring all your underwear, bring all your socks, bring enough shirts to get you by. You don't need to overpack. If you can overpack, you have checked bags, go for it. But how'd that get on there? But I think it's just nice to have a hat. If you're going to a cold place, a winter hat, a knit hat. But hats are cool because they're going to protect you from the sun. Again, you might be walking around, going different places. Just nice to wear. Maybe a nice fashion statement. I don't know, maybe. I like to rep the Pittsburgh Pirates wherever I go. But let me know in the comments what you're wearing on your hat. I'm pretty curious. Hey! So number 9 is nothing illegal. Truth be told, I thought about putting gum on this list because I love chewing it on planes. I love chewing it in general, freshen the breath, clean up, make sure you don't have any stuff in your teeth after a meal. But in places like Singapore, I've heard that chewing gum, spitting it out, any of that is actually illegal, and you could go to jail for it or just have to pay a hefty fine, which you do not want. So just make sure to do some research ahead of time. Make sure everything that you're bringing is fine. If you have any prescription medicine, make sure to get that checked by a doctor. Have a doctor's note. I once went to a place where Benadryl was illegal. I didn't have any on me, but it was one of those that's just like, wow, I never would have thought that was the case. Just do some research. Ultimately, you're visiting a country with oftentimes completely different rules, and you're a visitor in that country, so just do research and do whatever you can there to just be respectful, be a good visitor. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, this is my favorite flavor of gum, and if gum is not illegal where you're going, I'd recommend bringing some because your ears are totally going to pop on the plane, you're totally going to have stuff in your teeth, and sometimes you're just going to want to chew some. So, yeah, Extra, sponsor me. Final item, a book. If you're bringing a phone, yes, be sure to download some movies, some music to listen to watch while you're traveling, while you're on the plane, while you're on the train. But sometimes you're going to want to break from the screen. And I think too often in our daily lives, we want to read, but we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the day-to-day that we don't really make time for it. This could be a great time to just unwind, read a book, relax, and maybe learn something new along the way. I just finished Do the Work by Steven Pressfield. It was a very easy read, very fun read. I really enjoyed it. And I actually got a lot of lessons out of it that I documented in this video right here. So I'll see you there, and I'll see you on your next international trip. But see you there first.